This is an ongoing experiment that I've gotten into. It's all based around my painting experience. I'm a fine finisher by trade. This piece of wood is special, exotic. I ordered it in. You order it by the board foot. A board foot is different than a linear foot, say like 12 inches. That would be linear foot. They don't do it that way. When you order something by a board foot, you order the length times the width times the thickness right here, and this thickness is what's called 4/4, or it's supposed to be 1 inch, but in America it's not 1 inch, it's like 7/8. Anyway, I cut the wood off of, I ordered 30 board feet of it. It's very heavy wood, and it comes in like this, and it can come in this wide or a little wider. And this is a piece that I'm working on. This is not what you think it is. This right here, and I put it up against a white backdrop, is to show the sawdust. See how orange it looks? This is kind of cool, isn't it? I've never seen it like that. Anyway, what I like to do in my business, I'm a mill worker. I'm a head mill worker, and I'm also a stain guy. We do all the staining for doors, trim, jams, anything. And since I'm a car painter for the last 30 years, I've used that expertise to add to it. When I see a board, to me it looks like this. Now this could pertain to any kind of board that you find. Now the wood that you buy today is not like the wood you bought in the 60s or 50s or 40s. They don't have the old growth quality that they had back then. They just don't. And if you, for instance, I saw a post one time where a person was looking at barn wood, and you go out to an old farm and you look at the old wood and the planking and everything that they have, and if the wood is in good shape and it's been there 120 years, you know it's a good wood. But the trick is this: if you're doing barn wood or decoupage or something like that, or those two things that just came to my mind, yeah, right, then you have to look at what the wood looks like on the outside compared to what you think it'll look like when it's fixed up. And most people, what they do in all our shops are, we use a vinyl sealer, which we spray a couple coats on here. It's lacquer based. Then we, what that does is seals the wood so that when the finish is put over the wood, the finish doesn't seep in and stay up and go down, and it provides a overall finish. Now we use two types of finishes, and I'll just do this very quickly. We use an interior finish, which is lacquer, or an exterior finish, which is spar urethane, which they use on doors, you know, exterior doors that are subject to water. Water and bare wood do not go along very well. So anyway, this is the first time I've had this type of wood. Before I bought this, I bought 15 feet of Purple Heart, and it looks just like this, but I don't have a thing to show you. The deal is that this is what I see on the outside of a piece of wood. The trick is to see what lies beneath, and is it worth it to you? And this is what I turn this piece of wood into with my skill. This is the other side. And I'm trying to get it in a good camera light. And after I explain this, I'll tell you what kind of wood it is. But if you can see, I don't know if you can, there's a coffee cup right there. Now let's see if we can see the coffee cup in the wood. Now if you can see the coffee cup perfectly reflected, then I've done my job right as far as a finisher. Or if we go over this way a little bit, you can see my glasses, I believe. And I have the sun in my eyes. I have to reference this. Damn it. Let's go that way a little bit. But you can see, isn't that neat? Now, the sides are rough sawn. It's very dense, hard wood. But the finish here, you can see, is mirror-like. What I'm experimenting with is what type of finish that I can polish, because these finishes are not meant to be polished. They're just meant to be put on and they're okay. I don't want to make okay. I want to make art, in my opinion. Alright, now next video I'll tell you what it is.